Hello and welcome to your channeled message. This is Cosmic Lotus Energy Healing, and today we are going to be diving into your career, finances, and what you should expect and how you can help yourself as you dive a little bit deeper into your financial situation. I am picking up heavily that there is some kind of financial struggle that you're going through. And we'll start by just kind of letting you know some of the things that I had channeled in my meditation. First things that your guides wanted you to know was that you are safe and you are protected. So whatever you're up against right now, just know that there is a solution coming in. And one of the big things was like, can you learn to just surrender a little bit? Can you learn to open up your mind? Because I do feel like maybe there might be opportunities right around your face that you may be denying. And so just like allowing yourself space to relax, you'll be able to come to the solutions a little bit easier. And then I heard undeniable source of wealth. So what I was getting is that we are naturally inherently abundant, and we have to, shed these ideas of anything less. So if you think that, you can't pay your next bill, or, finances are really rocky right now and you don't know how you're going to get out of your situation, it's really important right now to remember that you are wealth at the core of who you are. And we need to unshed and release any idea that is not you. So again, any of those negative self-beliefs about how you can't create your own wealth or how you can't take the next steps in your career, I'm really picking up that you are your own worst enemy in that sense. And when you start to develop a little bit more of a positive self-talk and put yourself out there, even as scary as it is, you're going to start to see some really beautiful results. Now, if you're wondering if this message is for you, I did hear green coat, so you could be wearing a green coat right now. Maybe you've been seeing 111, 999, 2424, or 955. Blue flowers may be significant. Birds, but a raven specifically. You could be moving to a new house, or maybe you've been talking about it, or maybe you just recently did, or maybe you're even just talking about moving out of the country is what I heard specifically. Cacao could be significant. Coffee shops, names with D, so Devin, Devonte, Derek, Dustin, those are names I heard. E for Emily, Eduardo, Evelyn. J, Josh, Justin, John, and V's, Vince and Valerie. And let's see. So, again, there was something about you denying resources that are right in front of you. So sometimes when we are so in survival mode and trying to figure out how to help our situation, sometimes we can't even see the solution that is lying right in front of our face. We get so scared and we're just rushing from one thing to the next. And I really do feel like Spirit wants you to relax, because I don't think that we were designed to live in this hustle and scarcity mindset and running from one space to the next. And as you allow yourself to relax, you're basically opening yourself up to be your own channel, right? And the solutions will come in, but because you are so triggered, you're so scared, it's almost like Spirit can't communicate to you because they're trying, but like you're missing the message, or you can't hear because you're so consumed with fear. And if you are struggling with your finances right now, I am just sending you so much love, because I know like this can be such a huge weight on your shoulders. And that's what I'm feeling, is like this heaviness, this hurt in my shoulders. Like there's something that you're holding on to. I'm just not able to see the solution just yet. I also heard you're not meant to struggle financially in this life, because your message needs to be heard. You need safety to create. So whatever creative endeavor that you're on, or maybe you're working on your career, as you're pushing forward, there is something very valuable about what you offer and the way that you offer it. So it doesn't mean that you have to be somebody that, is like a therapist or tarot or Reiki or whatever it is to help people specifically, but you being the light that you are as you cut hair, as you are a CEO, whatever it is that you are, you have this certain medicine, and sometimes it can be so dimmed by the stressors and the stresses of finances. And Spirit wants to remind you that you need that safety. You need to be financially secure so that you can continue to spread your message, spread your medicine. So with that, Spirit wants you to be abundant. So I hope that can bring you like a little weight off your shoulders in the reminder that like whatever you're trying to create is going to help people. And if you can trust that God, your spirit guides, your team want this for you as well, then, maybe it can ease you just a little bit. And I heard, don't doubt the force of spirit. Another thing that may help you understand if this message is for you is saying wrongfully taken checks and balances. So there might have been something recently that has been taken of yours. It may even be happening behind the scenes. I'm not entirely sure if it's something that you're consciously aware of. Maybe there was like an inheritance or a trust fund or some kind of property thing that was happening behind the scenes. And for whatever reason, you're not entirely aware of it. But maybe you are. But regardless, there's something that was wrongfully taken of yours, and it's time for that to be restored. It's time for you to receive your good karma. And what I'm seeing is like people's jaws dropping in a sense. So whoever had wrongfully done things to you, they are kind of like shocked that the balances have been restored. And it's like, they talked all these bad things about you, or like tried to, won over you. And at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, of course my spirit team has me. Yeah, of course God has me, right? You are being restored back into balance. And I think this is really going to irk people, but not only that, it is karma, right? Like they can't get away with whatever they had gotten away with for too long, right? Like it is time for those balances to be restored. Another really important thing right now is to invest in your health, especially when resources come in. So, doing the things that you can right here, right now is super important. Maybe you can try to make healthier choices as you're eating and, exercising, getting yourself out, even if it is just 5 to 10 minutes a day, just doing anything to help raise your vibration, because it's not so much just about your physical vessel and how you look, but your health is affecting your vibration. So if you are not feeling radiant, if you are not feeling vibrant, your health is going to be first and foremost. But the other channel that I was understanding is you are going to be in a different financial situation very soon, where you will be able to afford the mental health services. You will be able to maybe start doing whatever certain health things that call to you. Maybe it's peptides, maybe it's, going to a certain like yoga studio or something like that. You're going to have the resources to be able to do that. And Spirit wants you to do that, because with this new financial situation that is coming in, you're going to need to handle your financial situation a lot more structured. And Spirit doesn't want you to be super emotional, right? Because when we are emotional, we tend to scroll on maybe TikTok or YouTube and we find those beautiful little ads, right? Where it's like, oh, maybe I'll buy this and this and this. And if you are not focusing on your mental health, your wellness, right? Like whatever you receive can actually be a downfall. And then you get yourself back into this situation. And I feel as though this is a collective that actually has been being prepared to handle a large amount of money. So maybe you know an inheritance is coming in. Maybe you were destined to receive something or build this lucrative career. Whatever it is for your situation, I feel as though Spirit has been working with you, where when you were younger, you thought you were going to do, XYZ with your funds, and you thought like, yes, this is what I want to do. And when you look back, you laugh because it's like super, like irresponsible, right? And over the years, like you have had like trials and tribulations, and maybe even certain people have had to leave your life because Spirit knew that with what you're about to receive, you cannot receive it and handle it irresponsibly. You're being protected, you're being guided to handle the finances with responsibility. So that way, when it does come, it's something that is like long lasting. It's something that is, can be an investment in your future, your children's future, your grandchildren's future, like that generational wealth, rather than just being irresponsible and blowing it all on like, I don't know, a Bugatti or I don't know if a Bugatti, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like just something ridiculous. And like at the end of the day, not having anything to show for it. I got so much in my channel, you guys, so I swear we'll get into cards. But there's something going on again. There's some trickery going on behind the scenes. Maybe you're aware of it, maybe you're not. This is a collective that is very bright and energetic. You are the people that are listening to these tarot card readings. You are energy clearing. You are journaling, meditating, trying to help yourself in so many different ways. And with doing that, I do feel that you have attracted a lot of swing in the sense of people hating on you. This is a collective that has done the work, and when people don't do the work, they want to get really mad at you because you are shining the light in their darkness. So it's really important right now. I think a lot of your vibrational issues and like what you're trying to create is being altered, not even because of you, but because of your people projecting onto you, and it's causing your energy to be affected. So it's super important to clear your energy a lot. There's many different ways to do that. One way that I like to is, as I shut down my eyes, imagine like this white beam of light come into the crown of my head, and I watch it just pour down from my head all the way down my shoulders, all the way down the hips, down to the toes. And I watch all the stagnant energy move. And you may notice like some blackness staying in your chest or in your belly. Wherever it ends up, trust that it's there and really like focus in on that area of cleansing and clearing. Epsom salt baths are amazing tools for clearing your energy as well. So just doing that. Okay. Now, if you are going to be receiving an inheritance, a trust fund, something along those lines, I heard deny trust fund. Now, I don't think that means like, oh, deny the money. I am perceiving this as you need to hire somebody, you need to like dot your I, cross your T's, dot your I's, and really make sure like what you're receiving is legally what you're supposed to be receiving. Because again, I'm picking up on some trickery, some weird energy that's going on, that maybe you're disconnected from a family member or whatever. And it's super important, and I'm getting full body chills right now. It's super important before you sign and accept the first offer that you are receiving exactly what you're supposed to be receiving. Because if you don't, I don't even feel like this is me speaking right now. If you don't, you will be locked into a certain situation that you were meant for more. You were meant for more. So just do your due diligence, look into it. Don't just sign the first thing because you're in panic. And that goes back to you needing to relax a little bit more. Because if you're in survival mode, you're supposed to sign some paperwork or whatever it is, you may jump and just do it right then and there. And Spirit really wants you to take your time. Obviously, documents and stuff like this will have like a timeline, and it's super important to get it done, but make sure that you are protecting yourself. And the last thing is it's time for you to get into creation. This is going to help you elevate your vibration. So if you are creating something in your business wise, or if you love to cook or whatever things that really inspire you, it's time for you to start seeing your life as one giant creation. And notice if you're creating from fear, or notice if you're creating from your heart space. So if you're a business owner or in your own career, and you notice as you're working, like you are like tensing up, or you're holding your like a lot of tension in your jaw or whatever, it's time to start like tapping into your heart space and try to open it up. Another tool that I like to use is to imagine like somebody that I love very much. You know, it could be your pet, it could be your spouse, kids. And I just tap into that frequency. And then eventually you can drop like the image of them and try to hold that in your heart space. Try to feel what it would feel like as you are creating. And what's going to happen is that whatever you're creating is going to amplify the energy, and you're going to be able to manifest that much easier. You're getting yourself into alignment, because right now I feel like you're doing the steps, but the energy behind it is a little bit off because you are so scared. So without further ado, now that we are so far into this, let's start to pull some cards. Three of Pentacles in reverse here. So I am picking up that this trust, this inheritance is only but a part of your financial income, if there is anything at all. This is a collective that is working on some kind of venture in your own business. You guys seem to be very ambitious and excited about what you're creating. But due to recent things that are going on in your life, such as possibly this inheritance or anything else along the lines of family endeavors or collaboration. So maybe you had like a business deal that went sour. You are starting to lose faith in humanity in a sense, and it's kind of sucking you dry of even wanting to help people. And that doesn't mean that you have to do, anything that does specifically help people, but maybe you are just like in the service industry in general. And because of whatever hardship that you have gone through recently, I do feel that you are kind of getting tired of helping. Now, I think this is happening for a reason, because this is a collective that will bend over backwards, and you will help people at the detriment of your own well-being. So I feel like recently you have been called to create certain boundaries with family members or friends, because they are taking away from time of the peaceful life that you're trying to create. So you might be like very programmed to believe that, family is loyalty and that we should be there for everybody at all times, right? But then it's like, okay, but where does my creative endeavors come into play? Or like, what about my career? My career is suffering because I'm always there for my family. And in order for you to like jump or quantum leap into this next area of financial abundance, there are certain people that had to go. They could not be here anymore because I think that you may not cower in, I don't like that word, but like you would bow down and be like, oh, okay, like here's a couple bucks. And like spirit wants you to know whatever money, whatever you're about to build, like this is your money and it is to be respected with the highest regard, not in the sense of like we praise and worship money, but in the sense of like, no, this is hard-earned money and I'm not just going to waste my time and my resources on just anybody, but the people that actually do show up and like have reciprocal energy with me. With the King of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, I do feel right now it's super important to be strong on your boundaries, not only with these people, but also within yourself. I do see for a little bit of time, maybe this is now, maybe this is, a little bit in your future, finances may be a little bit tight. And I don't say that to scare you, but if you are maybe spending a little bit more money right now by getting all those extra drinks or shopping on new clothes or buying things that are not super necessary, right now might be a good time for you to really budget and look at like your finances and see what you do have to spend if you're not very organized, because there might be a stretch of time where you just need to play it safe. Now, with the Two of Pentacles here, though, I do see that it all is going to work out in the end. Like, it's not like you're going to be in this hardship for a while, but it's super important for you to hunker down on all resources. It's not just the finances, but like notice where your time is going, right? Like, are you taking too much time to spend with certain relationships? Are you, investing a lot more into other people rather than pouring into yourself, your business, your finances? Or are you, or are you really being intentional with your work? And I think that's it. It's just like, how intentional are you being with your resources at this time? With the Ten of Swords, I do feel as though, again, like this reiterates what I was saying earlier about how you may feel just like a little done right now, just a little done. You don't really want to help people anymore. And I know like that can be like such a like, I don't know, if you're an empath, like that could be a very hard feeling to feel, right? Because you want to be able to help everybody and all of these things, but like when the universe has shown you like how horrible people can be, right? Like that's disheartening. It's hard. But the thing is you are going to get that vitality back. I do see it in the rest of this spread, but you're having to go through these lessons right now because I think as somebody with a pure heart, it's super easy to believe that everybody has a pure heart. And unfortunately, in this world, not everybody does. Unfortunately, there are people in your field that are manipulating you. There are people in your field that the second that you start to do good, they're going to start to talk badly about you. They're going to say, oh, your come up, was handed to you, or your come up, you don't work for it, right? And they didn't see what was going on behind the scenes. And so it's just super important right now for you to be protecting your energy, your time, your resources, so that way you can create like this peaceful life that you're trying to work towards. With the Nine of Pentacles and the Sun card, like, I mean, this is just confirmation to me that this wave of financial abundance is coming. It is in your field. It is happening. But there is a need for you to start to really focus in on your energy. I just heard vision board, so it might be time for you to update your vision board and really begin to get clear on what it is that you are trying to manifest, because I heard stagnant. There could be like some stagnancy, like some things that maybe your younger self wanted on your vision board, but maybe like you're moving in a different direction right now. With the Nine of Swords, I do feel like you are your own worst critic, and there is a need for you to start to talk to yourself a lot better. There's this underlying doubt, and I do feel like this is a subconscious thing. With the Sun card, like and the Queen of Swords here, there is nothing that you want to create that is too big. But because you have yet to experience this level of success or this level of wealth, you inadvertently, in a sense, are self-sabotaging. Now, to just like say positive affirmations over and over and over again, like everybody has their own belief on that, right? But like we can kind of reprogram our minds into truly believing that we are worthy. It is going to take this experience for you to really begin to trust yourself. And I think that everything is happening for a reason. There is a little bit of a financial hardship because it is pushing you to go after what it is that you truly want, what you truly desire. These people have been shady to you because it's time for you to release those types of people so that way you can call in the new types of people. In the past, I do feel like with the Emperor in reverse, I do feel like maybe you were very heavy in survival mode, and this caused you to be it kind of goes into your vision board a little bit where you thought certain things were important to you, and now moving forward after having gone on this journey, you're starting to realize like the value of everything. So it's not just the finances that are super important to you, but it's like everything. The quality of my relationships, the quality of like the peace in my life, the quality of my mornings, right? Like, how do I get up? How do I present myself through the day? And in the past, I do feel like you were almost blocking yourself from being able to receive any kind of like financial abundance because there was like this strong pull to spend your money almost like on the wrong things, or like thinking like this is what's going to bring me happiness, is the money, is the finances, is experiences that the finances can afford me. And yes, I mean, like, I don't know, like traveling the country is a lot more fun, right? Than like staying at home because we're broke and we can barely eat. So yeah, sometimes it does make it a lot nicer, right? But like you are starting to realize like the quality of your life and every aspect of your life. And that was something that was hidden from you. That was something that you didn't quite know just yet because you were so scared. You were so scared. You were living in the, like, you were of the world, right? Like you were very immersed in the world and you didn't really understand what was going to bring you true, full abundance. And now, having gone through this journey up until this point, you were starting to really understand, like, what will bring you full abundance. And it's like, it's the relationships. So this entire experience might have pushed you into new relationships. You may have, created new bonds that have really like shown you a whole nother side of life. And the cool thing of that is it's like I'm seeing you now, it's like a chain. So like people are holding hands and it's like one person showed you a new way of life. And now like with the new people that are coming into your life, like you are opening up their worlds too. So it's this like beautiful chain reaction. And what's happening is you are building everything that you wanted. You are, going to have magnitudes of success and wealth and everything that you could dream of. But there's going to be a layer of depth to it. So you're not just going to receive whatever abundance and just blow it like we were talking about earlier. You're going to receive this abundance and spend it with intention. You're going to be able to invest in it. You're going to be able to help the right people. You're going to be able to actually have experiences compared to just like maybe filling your home with like a lot of clutter and things that don't make sense, With this Queen of Swords, I think it's so beautiful that this is the end result, because rather than like the Sun card, which we do have, which tells me that you are headed to hope, inspiration, excitement. But the Queen of Swords is who you become on the journey. So again, it's not about the things that you had received. It's about who you become on this journey. And you are being refined into the version of yourself that can handle all of this abundance. So that way you aren't irresponsible. So that way you never end up in this situation again. And like this experience, if you can just remember, this experience is happening to you, or happening for you and not to you. It is happening so that way you learn to be more responsible. It is happening so that way you can enjoy your life to the fullest extent. It is happening so you have wealth to hand down to your children. It's happening so that way you can live this full life. Yes, with the finances, but even more so with depth. And I think that's so beautiful, is like this depth. I see what I want to, it's like in the sea, the trench. I'm seeing like a huge trench, right? Like there's just so much depth to you because of your story. This is a collective that has been through the ringer. And I just heard like this happened, like you might have had a very, very hard childhood. You may have had like a very difficult younger years. And I think even when you were younger, you knew you were going through it for a reason. You may have told the adults in your life, like, you know, when they'd have compassion or feel bad for you, you would always say like, yeah, but this is happening because I know the later years are going to be better. And this is like the transition place. So if you're seeing 955 also, by the way, that's endings and transition. So you're in this transition of shedding all of that past, because you are moving into this transition of those later years. You are moving into this new chapter of your life. And I'm getting like full body chills right now, because like you're going to have two different chapters in your life. There's many different chapters in our lives, right? But I do feel like this is a collective that is closing the door on the very, very heavy stuff. You're clearing any childhood traumas. You are clearing maybe relationship dynamics that like came from childhood. And that's not to say that some things won't pop up later and you won't like develop like more depth later. But now you're moving into like new lessons. So like this is again like the responsibility piece. This is like if you enter into new relationship, it's like learning to allow yourself to be seen. It's not like these really difficult lessons in the sense of like pain and misery and agony, but it's like more about like abundance, expansion, and depth, right? Does that make sense? I hope it does. But this is beautiful, you guys. Like you're headed into the right direction. Yes, there might be a little bit of hardship, but remember that is just for a little bit of time until you start to get yourself out of it. With this Queen of Swords here, again, you are a warrior. You are able to get through all situations that that are handed to you. And like, this is just yet another battle that you are overcoming. And I couldn't be more proud of you. We're going to just pull a couple crystal oracle cards here. We have transcendence. What did I say? 955. You're transcending. You're going from one version of yourself and now you're moving into the next. One version of life of pain and agony and healing and some suffering, right? And now you get to move. Okay. Now you get to move into this whole new chapter of your life. I'm going to read them all. I like it. We have intuition, follow your intuition, and your clarity. Your clarity is coming through action. Yep, perseverance. You are like right towards the end, so don't you worry. You're right towards the end of, you know, this financial struggle. There might be a little bit more time. Just plan, just learn to budget, and you will get through this. And the expansion. What did I say? Expansion. Wow. That's really beautiful. So hold on. Don't let whatever situation get you down. Understand that everything happens for a reason. I think that this is a collective. I know this is a collective that knows this, right? Like everything happens for a reason, right? But I think you guys are getting tired of that. And maybe you're not even able to see through it in this battle right now. But sometimes we can't see the lesson in it until the door is shut. And I feel like this is one giant lesson. So just know solution is coming. You are the Queen of Swords. I love that energy. You are able to move beyond this. And who you're becoming because of this is just truly, truly beautiful. I'm being guided to leave it at that. I am sending you guys so much love, so much healing, and I know that you can get through this chapter of your life. I'm so excited to see what happens next. And personal tarot card readings and Reiki sessions are available in the link in my bio. And I'll see you guys in one of my next readings. Bye.